Hey, welcome in. Hit the likes. Don't scroll away. We're going to take a look at blessings and blocks for this week, April 13th through the 19th. And we do have some interesting astrology going on. We have Neptune in Aries. As you know, Mercury goes into Aries. We're going to have more clarity. Mars in Leo, more confidence. Going to say it out loud. Then the sun moves into Taurus on Saturday. We're going to have some new birthdays coming up. And the sun squares Mars. There's going to be some ups and downs this week, but it's going to start to feel better. You're going to have more confidence. You may feel like being very blunt with people, so be cool about that. Find the things that you really, really want. What is the coolest thing you want to do? That's what you should start focusing on. What does your heart desire? What do you really want to do in life? And put action to it. And let's see what the cards have to say for you, starting with Aries. One more thing before we get started. Check out the charm casting. I think you guys will love it. There's one for each zodiac sign. I'll link the playlist in the description and I think in the video if I can do it. And don't forget with these to watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, even Mercury. It's really important this week to get more messages, things that make sense to you and that you can work with. All right, let's go to Aries. Aries. Okay. A lot's going on in your planet. We had Neptune move into Aries, now Mercury moving into Aries. That means you're going to start to get some really aha moments. You're going to want to leave some things so you can start some new things. You may want to change jobs. You might want to change relationships. There's just a lot of things you want and you're ready to put action to it. Whatever it is. It's like if I had to make $5,000 this week, what would I do to do it? You've been thinking about it a lot and starting to take those steps, but I do want you to take a hot minute. Take some care. I think you're feeling very overwhelmed, rushed, a little confused. This week is definitely going to bring you the information that you need, Aries, so that you start to walk in the right direction. With that Eight of Cups, you may feel a little confused about it. You're like, I'm just going to start walking towards that light that I see there. I've rested. I'm taking care of myself. And now I'm going to turn around and walk towards the sun, which is really going to bring back your confidence this week. And you'll be able to regain from a situation that had you on pause. There could be some more roadblocks, but honestly, you're turning this around. Let's get an alchemy oracle card for you for a couple more downloads on this. Aries, this is beautiful energy around the letter R, around the energy of being selfless. Through everything that you have experienced lately, and as much as you want to run away, I believe that you are really giving all of yourself. You're loving and generous, and you just keep giving back, and you're sharing the wisdom of your wounds. It's beautiful injury, but you're being very quiet about it. You're having trust issues and needing to do a lot of things on your own. So there's a few people as you walk this way that you're going to be able to share your truth with. You're going to figure out how to move this energy, your ideas, your thoughts, Mercury and Aries, your dreams, what you really want, Neptune and Aries, and you're going to get some of this for yourself that is well deserved because you've been giving all of yourself. So be careful. And you've been withdrawn, understandably, but now it's time to network and find these new opportunities and share that love with this new journey, this new situation, this new decision. where you still give all of yourself, but there's reciprocal energy. Notice the R word I used there. Okay. And this is a really good week to start taking those steps or continue to take those steps. And you can see the spark of inspiration right there, Aries, for you. All right. Much love. On to Taurus. Taurus. Now, for you, this looks really good. A lot of blessings coming in. Many small steps that you have taken are starting to pay off. You're celebrating, you're going with the flow, which number one this week is really important because there is a point where you really want to decide what I really want, what makes me flow and feel this cool, honestly. And that will not only make me feel this good, but also bring in the kind of abundance and joy that I want in my life. So that is a lot of really cool energy, Taurus. And the sun does move into your sign this Saturday. So many of you are having birthdays coming right up. I do want to wish you a happy birthday. So let's look at the Alchemy Oracle deck for you to see what else is coming. Very much many blessings for you right now. And you get the angel number 259, Taurus. This is about soul contracts in your life. Some of you may be getting married, may be finding new love in your life. Many of you may be seeing repeating numbers. This number 259, 1111, as well as 444 may be important. And I also want you to know that you may be getting a lot of downloads. Much more clarity, as I've mentioned, Mercury moving into Aries is helping that, helping us also say what we want to say. But I believe you're doing it in a very graceful, patient, cool way, and that you're coming into a sense of spiritual alignment, Taurus. So that's very cool. And I wish you an awesome week. Gemini, it is your turn. Thank you. Now listen, I love the way you're turning around and looking at the horizon here. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a lot of Aquarius energy, I must say. See where that is in your chart. So there's been some blocks, some endings, but you are getting the clarity of mind that you need, and you're walking in the right direction. You're going to find your flow this week. You're going to get those aha moments, Gemini, where you're like, oh, that's why that happened. And you're also going to connect with people that will give you the support you need, which is important this week. You're going to need your own kind of me time, but do not neglect the fact that there's support and friendship and good times for you to enjoy. So take a little me time, but don't get lost in any type of confusion with your emotions. Just stick to what you know to be true now and see how much sunshine is coming in for you. And let's take a look at the Alchemy Oracle deck for a little bit more insight as to what you're being asked about here and what blessings are ahead. Okay, very cool. So the angel message with this, Gemini, is some of you may have brought some of this fractured energy from when you were little, or this may have just happened where you've had a big disconnect with some people. But you are now regaining that confidence. And this week, Mars is moving into Leo, and you're going to feel it. You're going to be able to change the energy around this. The letter C may mean something to you. You may be feeling very cautious, having trust issues with the people that you want to ask for help, but you are apprehensive. So I think that's the block. And the message is there's a lot of blessings ahead, and you don't have to face this all alone. And don't get stuck in past trauma and triggers. Do ask for some support, and this will help you very much this week. Okay, Gemini, I love you. Thank you. See you next week. Hello, Cancer friends. Okay, here we have 2 cards in reverse. Isn't that fun? But it's important, and it's really good to understand that everyone who does cross your path is there to help us learn good, bad, and ugly, right? The mirrors are all around us. And I see that reflected in the death card, the Scorpio energy there in reverse, where you're clinging to the past for some reason, Cancer. There's some sentimental attachments going on. There's been a lot of loss. And you just have to remain open and understand these lessons, wisdom from the wounds. I have to tell myself this all the time. I totally get this. And I think for some of you, with the Page of Swords energy, Mercury moving into Aries, people have been gossiping and talking about you, Cancer, and you're going to find out all about it. You're going to find out why this happened, what the truth is, and it's going to open up your mind. It's going to give you a new perspective. You obviously may lose some people in this. You're going to feel some grief about it, but it's divine timing that this is happening. And I think it'll help you really understand that that was a bad situation and you'd rather know the truth than stay stuck. So let's see what the Alchemy Oracle deck has for us, me, Cancer, and everyone watching. The Bridge, Cancerians. A lot of water energy here, by the way. And I feel the bridge is connecting our mind and our heart so that we understand with a lot of clarity whatever this dishonest, gossipy, ego-driven kind of crap was about. Excuse my French. And Neptune in Aries, I believe you guys are going to get a lot of angelic messages and be that bridge between you and your higher self, you and God, you and your spirit guides, and you're going to feel compelled to heal from this conflict and move on. And I know that also Mars and Leo is going to give you this confidence too, to be the bridge and to move on. And if some of you are stuck in the middle of all of this gossip and all of that, first of all, the letter A may mean something to you, but also I would say rise above it. Rise above it. Be the bridge if you can to help the communication, understanding the truth and the clarity that's now come in and what happened with these people, this situation. But there's new beginnings, and that is definitely the blessing there, Cancers. All right. Thank you. I love you. On to Leo. Well, Leo, you flew right out as I was preparing and shuffling the cards. You flew right out. Here you are, and I love it. This week, Mars moves into Leo. You're getting your confidence back. Whew, feels good. We had a lot of Mars in retrograde stomping on a lot of people who are Leo or have that in their chart. Also, Jim and I have this card. You, Leo, you're done with it. You've come to this realization where you know what you want, and you're therefore ending a situation. And many of you will do that this week. You're going to have the confidence to do that this week. And is that easy? No. But are there blocks? Not really. I see you having more of a flow. That Neptune in Aries kind of, yeah, I'm I've got better, bigger plans and ideas, and I see a different future now. Honestly, Leo, I feel that for you very much. You're going to have a lot of clarity. And this is a reminder, too. You may feel like being very blunt with your communication this week. Just try to be gentle and humble as you handle these situations like a boss. All right, let's see what the Alchemy Oracle deck has. Flying out for Leo, wholeness. You are becoming whole. What beautiful energy around that letter. It's sacred geometry in my mind as well. I want you to tap in this week to really, if you like to meditate, you're going to get some serious downloads. If you just are in a situation where you've ended things and you don't know how to be this strong, look for signs and symbols. Exercise, work that energy, but understand this is the end of a cycle, but there's healing coming in, fullness. There is divine timing here for you, Leo, as well as all the confidence I mentioned and trust in the universe, in God, that this is all going to be okay and it happened for a reason. And now you get it. Now you understand. And there's a sense of openness now that you've not had in a long time. Probably the last 9 or 10 years, maybe for some of you. Okay, Leah, I hope that helps. On to the next. Virgo, let's see. You have two major arcana cards, and they're quite in opposition. So you've got the star, things you're really hoping for, expecting miracles. Many of you have been through a traumatic event. You're trying to heal, but you're just not letting it happen. So the devil there, Capricorn energy, earth energy, understanding that you could have just, what are the chains that are keeping you down? Now that we have Neptune and Aries, you can't stay in just a state of wishful thinking. So what is keeping you stuck? What usually everything comes down to fear. And if you think of the fear as the devil, is that something you want to embrace? And if you think about it, when you're in a state of fear, you're not working with God. So these are quite in opposition. So Virgo, first of all, I would take care of your health. Watch out for any type of obsessive kind of emotions, any type of addictions. I would look out for anger issues this week. And I would also, first of all, be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. And in this case, it's like, if this is a person you're dealing with and you're expecting this person to be one way and it's just not going to happen right now. If this is stuff that you're dealing with, understand, Virgo, that where is Aquarius in your chart? And that is part of what you need to work on. And Capricorn, but if you look at where Aquarius is in your chart, you'll understand that's kind of what you need to work on to free yourself from some of this grip and begin to heal. Let's get a look at the Alchemy Oracle deck for you, Virgo. All right, so Virgo, I want to know, especially those of you that have it too, somewhere in your numerology, Be very interesting to take a look at that. But this is where I think intuitively you're tapping into what I'm talking about. But also, obviously, you have to tap into your own intuition. Trust yourself. Don't have expectations that can't be met by you or of other people. You have to trust in yourself and trust in God and not in fear and not in these oppressive, held down situations. That is a very strong message to really step into your personal power. And when you do that, you're asking for help from the right people. You're from yourself, from your spirit guides, and from God, not from opposing dark forces, is the best way I can put that, Virgo. I hope that helps because it feels like you're just stuck. But if you really dig deep into your intuition, you're going to be able to move forward past this um, energy. It might just even be all in your mind. And this week may really clear that up for you. Okay, Virgo, hang in there. Libra, very emotional, watery cards here. Pisces energy is strong. Cancer as well as Scorpio. But listen, I think this week for you, Libra, is bringing a lot of light to some of you about relationships. And you might think that uh, you missed an opportunity, you missed the signs to be with someone. But I think that with Mercury going into Aries, you need to talk to this person. Don't get overwhelmed and, down, feeling underwater, as you can see here, especially after the full moon. You need to just balance your emotions, understand there's maybe the end of a certain cycle here, but there can be a new beginning to this, and you need to look for the messages about it. Some of you are just really fearful of what this is all about, or having the conversation, or how it's going to work out. I think it'll work out positively. Just you don't let fear get in the way. Trust in your intuition, trust in your spirit guides and in God, and see how the situation works out. Be more open to this situation and to your own emotions, and make sure they stay balanced. But give it a shot. Communication is going to be key here. And be open. Don't be overly protective of your heart. Okay, let's see what the Alchemy Oracle deck has for you. Okay, Libra, this is so cool. Two fell out, the Healer and the Sun. Healing, healing. I think this talk that you're going to have, and this could be about a lot of different situations, but whatever it is, it's got you second guessing some things. There's a lot of healing coming to it. If you have been through a loss, you're going to start to feel more like yourself again. And you're going to want to help other people. So first of all, if you've been through something rather traumatic recently, don't jump right into healing everybody. You got to work on yourself first. But this is very cool energy, if you can see. And it's about putting on your oxygen mask first. I'm really tired of that saying, but you've got to be in your confidence to help others and to open your heart. And many of you, this is just a reminder to do that, to not get lost in your emotions. And again, Libra, this week will help you as Mercury moves into Aries. You're going to be able to speak your truth and have people in your life understand what it is you really want and need. Okay, I hope that helps. Here we go to the next. Scorpio, look at this new passion coming in and collaboration going on for you. And I love that because as we start this week, Scorpio, the waning moon is in your sign. So I'm glad that you're not getting emotional. You're getting rather more balanced and excited and ready to go into a new project, idea, collaboration with friends and groups and all kinds of really cool things. So there's just no limit to what you can do here, is basically what I feel. And for some of you, I want to say that you may meet someone as part of this group, work, function, project that you're doing that brings a lot of ideas and passion into you or for you, Scorpio, and that this week is really going to make you feel more motivated, more passionate as we have Neptune going into Aries. And you're going to feel like you have so many more ideas and ways to collaborate, especially with Mercury going into Aries. So enjoy that energy, and let's see what the Alchemy Oracle deck has for you, Scorpio. And shabam! Out pops that Emperor Aries energy. This is so good. It's like you're back, Scorpio. Ta-da! I'm here. Welcome to the party. I love it. I don't know how much more I can say about this. It's just really that you're on fire this week, Scorpio. So I wish you well. Subscribe, hit like, and drop a comment because that's really cool. Okay, on to Sag. Okay, hi, Sag friend. So you have the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups, and this is really interesting. New beginnings, new love. You're feeling the confidence. There is some good energy this week for Sag. So you're definitely going to feel it. But by Friday, the moon squares Saturn and Sag, and you start to kind of feel like, I'm going nowhere fast. And there's a lot of fear, a lot of confusion that comes in all of a sudden. So what you really need to do is just say how you feel. Seriously, this is a lot about communicating to the people that you need to speak to about this, about what you really want, narrowing down the options. Neptune and Aries, let's pick one and go. The latter here is important. You need to transform. Let go of the past. Don't hold on to fear, and definitely start to climb that ladder. Jacob's ladder comes to mind is what I want to say. But I think you will start to feel grounded as well, Sag, at the same time. So this confusion will not last long, in my opinion. And you will also have a lot of clarity after this momentary, like, what? And then truth will come in and you'll be like, okay, I'm open to it. So let's see what the Alchemy Oracle cards have for you, Sag, as well. Okay, so the Witness. In this deck, this is an energetic posture. Sag. So this is where you need to kind of just be open to this, but sit back, listen more, be the observer, and understand what are the opposing forces in this situation. You know, don't play monkey in the middle, but find where you can bridge that understanding, I guess is what I'm trying to say, by not only communicating what you want, but by listening to what are all these other energies and options that you have. And then stand back, observe, listen, trust your intuition so that you see the truth. And I believe that you will feel that very much this week with Mercury and Aries and people saying and speaking their truth more. But this is an indication where you need to just sit back and listen a little bit so that you're less confused, and then you know what to do to move forward and to offer truth and support as well. Okay, hope that helps. On to the next. Capricorn, I think you're being your own block this week with that Eight of Wands in reverse. There's a hesitation here. You're feeling burnt out and not knowing what to do. But look, you've got the world. Like everything is changing. And I know you may feel like you're spinning, but these are quickly bringing in new beginnings. There's so much sacred geometry here. So I want you to sit in stillness this week. You're gonna feel a little confused. You're gonna want to act on it, maybe act out on some of this communication and messaging. But I really think it's fear-based, Capricorn. So just stay grounded. Understand this is a cycle, but the new, really good things are coming in, and you need to just sit in gratitude. And that's easier said than done, but definitely look around. Look around at the things you can be grateful for and ask for this or something better because it's coming. And don't stop it. Don't be your own block. Let the messages come in, trust them, sit and think about them, but understand this is beautiful energy for you. And also, I want to pull an alchemy oracle card for you, but I feel like there's just something here I'm missing that I need to tell you. Yeah, you are the world. That's what I wanted to say. Capricorn energy right there. You need to believe in yourself. All right, let's pull the alchemy oracle card. All right, Capricorn, see, you're just like, I'm scared of the change, the chaos, anxiety-based energy turmoil, feeling like things are unresolved, but they're resolving. Pat yourself on the back. Job well done. Really, you're nervous. There's urgency and all of this fear. Don't fear the change. It's really super good, and this couldn't be more meant for you. Double M means something. Let me know if it means something to you. This is the energy around that. What does it mean in your life? I mean, I understand what it means here, but what does it mean in your life? And just calm your anxiety, calm your nerves. Change is not always a bad thing. Okay, let's go on. Aquarius. Okay. The blocks are that there's a lot that you just are bored with. You need to get rid of some stuff. This is the week to do it. Okay? Listen, Aquarius, you've got to think of the things you need to get rid of. You're definitely not taking anything in. You need to purge some things. And after you do this, it's not always easy, you're going to feel better. I'd honestly flip these cards around, but that's how they came out. And you realize, okay, after I purge, whatever this is for you, let me know, drop me a comment. You start to really feel lighter, able to listen to your intuition, to the messages from the universe, and to stabilize your emotions. And this, with Neptune and Aries, gives you the ability to find some new passion, new love, new opportunities. And with Mercury in Aries, you're going to be able to come out from under the water and speak about it, pray about it, manifest it. Be the queen. This is somebody who really has love, abundance, passion, balance, and goes with the flow. And Mars is leaving Cancer. There's a lot of Cancer energy here. So you start to feel a little bit more peaceful too. And if you're slightly bored, that's something you can be grateful for. Maybe you finally come out of some chaos and you can feel like, whew, whew, I made it through. And that's definitely a theme of the week too. We've all been through a lot of changes and we're like, okay, I really don't want one more challenge, but I can do it if I must. I love that energy, Aquarius. Let's get an alchemy oracle card. Okay, Aquarius, I know you hear this a lot, but the why, it might mean something to you, but the energy around it, the zebra, is about being original, being the loner. Isn't that what Aquarians are often called? I'm Aquarius rising. I get it. Some of you though, the energy's divided here, and that's got you like up in your head. So do consider that that is something that's going on. But what you bring is your unique perspective to this, and you deserve to be heard. You deserve to say that. Mercury in Aries this week is going to help you do that, and you're going to have more creative ideas, more creative influences in your life, and things are going to feel more inspiring. Just don't let things split you and divide your energy this week. Stay focused on what makes you feel balanced, going with the flow, and in touch with your intuitive side. That'll really help. All right, on to Pisces. All right, Pisces, we do have a lot of water energy going on here. Scorpio may be at play, but listen, you've been through some endings. That's the blocks. You may be feeling grief and loss and all those things and very isolated, but you're going to have to push through it. And in that, please don't be afraid to ask for help. There are people around you that you can trust, that you need to go and tell them how you feel, and they are going to come in as so much support for you, and that is important this week. It is one of the angel numbers, so everyone do watch the pick of cards this week and the angel messages. But you're going to come into a lot of truth, Pisces. It's going to change your perspective, but again, it is also going to bring in new opportunities, new situations, new friends, even new love opportunities. So don't fear. Oh my God, I want to say, don't fear the Reaper. It's a song in my head. But honestly, again, fear is clouded in loss and misery. What we want to do is look at that bright light shining third eye chakra and just let your intuition in, know who you can trust, and do ask for support and help. It's there for you. Let's check the Alchemy Oracle deck as well. Okay, Pisces. So some of you have really gone possibly through a lot of loss. So I'm sending up prayers, but there is a lot of balance and restoration of balance is what I'm trying to say coming in, and opportunities this week to start to heal. And again, you may have anger and resentment issues, but there are people here that you can talk to, professional advice, whatever you need, that is really going to bring in a lot of help, a lot of healing. You're going to talk about abandonment issues. You're going to talk about priorities in your life. You're going to talk about all of these things with Mercury and Aries. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about what you need and who is there to help you and mirror good energy back to you. That is going to be very important. You're going to be dealing with some of you divorce, some of you just moving on from a lot of change, but the blessing is newness, opportunities, liberation, and freedom. Okay, absolutely. So, if you all have caught the end of this, I love you for watching the whole thing. I do want to remind you to watch your sun, moon, Venus, and rising, and know how much I love you, and I wish you so much love and peace this week. Check out the pick of cards. I'll be live Tuesday and Friday, so I will see you soon. Peace.